to Cooking with Katie, special guest Dr. Kirby. Today we're cooking a nutty blackberry quinoa bowl. Great for breakfast, and I believe it is gluten-free, as long as it says it on the package. Katie, what do you got for us today?
Today, as you said, we're going to make a nutty quinoa blackberry breakfast bowl.
Yeah.
A lot to get out. We're going to start out, I have some organic quinoa. We're going to do 1 cup of quinoa. So we're going to start out and do a cup of water. Quinoa. A cup of water. We're going to put it on high temperature and let it come to a boil. And we're going to do a cup of coconut milk.
Ooh, I love coconut milk.
I do too. You can use the full fat version, or you can use the organic light coconut milk version. What do you like better?
Well, I always like the full versions of things instead of the light version, because what happens is usually when you do the light versions, you get more sugar than you do with the whole versions. And I prefer the fat to the sugar, and so does my body.
It is so true.
This part especially.
So many people believe that either one of this organic milk is great for you, but so many people, go one way or the other. I like the full fat version too. I think it tastes better.
Oh,
too.
it tastes so much better, and there are a few more calories, but if you look at the container, it's not really that much to make a difference.
Not that much sugar, but a lot less sugar usually.
Lot less.
Okay.
Lot less fat.
We have 1 cup of the quinoa in there, boiling with the coconut milk and the water. So we're going to bring it to a boil. I'm going to add today, I didn't have a plan to use apples, but we had some good fresh, ready to use apples. So I'm going to dice that up and put a little bit of the apple in there to boil. It just brings a little natural sweetness to it.
Yeah. I always like apples. It's a good source of fiber, as well as pectin, helps with the stomach and gastrointestinal tract. Yeah. What else you got in there today?
So my plan was just to be using blackberries, but I'm using the apple too. So I'm going to go ahead and add the apples just to soften them and cook them down a little bit. But the blackberries, we're going to actually add 2 cups of the fresh organic blackberries at the very end. So we're going to let that come to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil for about 5 minutes, then we're going to simmer it down and let it simmer for a couple of minutes, and then just let it sit for about 5 minutes.
Well, our focus today is the blackberry, and they are on sale at Biden's Plus today. I just want you to know. Got fresh produce in yesterday.
And they're delicious, as you and I have already tried.
They are delicious, and research studies actually show that blackberries are great for blood sugar regulation, any berry really, and some berries are better than others, but blackberries are one of my favorites. Cardiovascular conditions, capillary fragility, which can help, which can cause varicose veins, bleeding, lots of issues in capillary fragility. They also contain things like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are used in a lot of eye formulas. That can be because of the capillary fragility, but it also helps with the retina. And remember, every week I always say, it's not the straw that broke the camel, it's the load. Dr. Louise Edwards told me that. And so anything you can do in your diet to help increase the effect of what you're taking, or if you're not taking anything, you got to do something. So this is a great way to add free radical quencher, cardiovascular tonic, blood sugar regulator. Blackberries are also contain ellagic acid, which and other flavonoids and tannins, which not only are great free radical quenchers, but in studies have shown to actually be one of the best anti-cancer things that we've got. And if you are technical about it, I love that. It actually induces, which means make greater phase 2 of detox, detoxification in the liver, which is going to help a lot with antioxidant pathways, and just help you feel better and lower your inflammation. Often used in gout as well as rheumatoid arthritis.
And it helps with the intestinal inflammation as well.
Oh, great, yeah.
Now, I also heard it helps with labor pains.
It can help with labor pains, but the diverticulosis and pardon me, the diverticulosis and the diverticulitis, it does have the seeds, and so some doctors don't like people, eating those if you have those conditions, because those little seeds get down in there.
High in vitamin C, like
Very
spinach,
high.
and then the apples also.
Very
So, okay, what we did,
And that helps build the collagen for the vessels.
and makes you look younger. It tightens the skin.
I love that.
Right?
That's right.
That's right.
Don't tell them how. No ages. No ages.
No ages. I have a half a cup of nuts here. You can use pecans, walnuts. Today we're using almonds. So we're going to add that in. And I actually toasted those for about 5 to 6 minutes on 350. So just let a little bit of that nutty flavor come out. I added a little bit of cinnamon. And then you can also, I like using stevia.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many benefits. And you can use an organic honey. But today we're using the stevia.
Oh yeah, stevia is great. It sometimes has inulin in it, which is a prebiotic and fiber, so it can cause, gastrointestinal bloating, things like that. So you may be using too much because it's really sweet.
It's really sweet. Tell me some benefits of using stevia.
Stevia is supposed to be great for the herb itself. It's supposed to be great for blood sugar and can be used to help with diabetic conditions and things like that. So it's one thing you can replace your sugar with that may actually help with the condition that you have.
So we have the quinoa, we have the cinnamon, we have the apple, we have the stevia that we're going to mix all in here.
Cinnamon's my favorite.
Cinnamon's your favorite?
Please, okay, cinnamon. Cinnamon is great. There are 2 varieties in Chinese medicine, but it is used in a couple formulas. Let's talk about those. Tong, which is used to expel the exteriors. So cinnamon is actually used to help get rid of upper respiratory tract infections, colds, and flus. Another thing is another formula called Tong, and it has a high amount of the cinnamon, which is Chinese cinnamon, and that's used even for things like cardiac heart failure. So, I mean, cinnamon's great, used in a lot of pain conditions because it goes through the channels, helps with a lot of things. Now, it's very hot. So if you are a hot mama, I don't know if you want to eat that. But it's great for weight loss and blood sugar regulation.
So we've told you what all is actually in this today. I have the one going that I was telling you about. You can see now that it's boiling, so I'm going to turn it down to about mid-heat and do that a couple more minutes until the liquid, you start seeing it no longer.
Looks good.
But you can see in this one, in this pot, that the quinoa is actually finished. The apples are cooked down. I added the stevia and cinnamon, the apples and the blackberries. And I love this in the morning time.
I just want to know when we get to eat it.
Here in just a second. So the quinoa, tell them some benefits of eating the quinoa in the morning times.
Quinoa is actually a fruiting body, not really a grain. And so I know in the Paleolithic diet it is not allowed, but it is a little bit different, and it is 16.9% protein, which is very different if you're gonna from things like rice and other things.
It's very filling in the morning.
Very filling, and everything in here has a pretty low glycemic index. So how it affects the blood sugar should be really good, especially with the cinnamon and the blackberries, which are known to be regulators.
With the blackberry leaves, I love to make hot tea. I love hot tea.
I love it.
Do you ever do that?
No, but I love what you're thinking.
Yeah, you can use the leaves and actually use them for blackberry tea. And they also say, as the blackberries are good for inflammation, also if you have gum inflammation, that it helps in reducing the inflammation on the gum with the leaf of the blackberry.
I was reading they're antiviral.
Yes.
And so have been known to stop, the virus from being uploaded into the cell. So, I mean, if you have some kind of consistent virus, an icky one, then, you might want to eat some blackberries. Raspberries, too, and blueberries as well.
I think we sold them on blackberries today.
I think so,
Did
too.
a good job.
Come down to Vitamins Plus. Get yourself some blackberries.
And come try some of our nutty, cinnamon,
Nutty, cinnamon,
blackberry breakfast ball.
Breakfast ball. Let's eat it.
It's been fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.